Okay, let's talk about the bar exam. For anyone hoping to become a lawyer, it's the final boss, that one massive hurdle you have to clear. Well, that hurdle is getting its biggest makeover in a generation. And if you're on that path, this change is going to define the very start of your career. So let's break down exactly what's coming.
I mean, just think about it for a second. What if the single biggest test of your professional life was being completely redesigned top to bottom? Well, that's not some what-if scenario. It's really happening, and it kicks off in 2026. Now, that creates a ton of uncertainty, I get it, but don't worry, we're going to clear all that up for you right now.
Here's the game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to tear down the new exam's blueprint so you know what you're up against. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of scoring and how the test is run. After that, we'll check out a totally new way to prep for this new exam, and finally, lay out a clear path for you to pass.
So, let's dive right into the heart of it. What exactly is this NextGen uniform bar exam? You know, it's more than just a new test. It's a complete rethink of what it means to be a lawyer who's ready for practice on day one. Let's deconstruct what it actually tests.
The first thing you'll notice is a major shift in focus. The old USCB tested you on a pretty wide range of 14 different subjects. The NextGen exam, it cuts that down to 8 core foundational subjects. So things like family law and secured transactions, they're out. The message here is pretty clear. This exam wants you to have a deep mastery of the core stuff every single lawyer needs to know.
And this right here, this is probably the biggest philosophical change of all. The NextGen exam isn't just about what you know in your head. It's about what you can actually do. It's built from the ground up to test these 7 foundational lawyering skills. We're talking everything from legal writing and issue spotting to client counseling and even negotiation. The goal is to simulate what you're actually going to be doing in your first few years on the job.
So how are they going to test those skills? Through 3 brand new question formats. First up, you've got standalone multiple choice questions. These will feel kind of familiar, but some new formats might even give you partial credit. Next, there are integrated question sets, where they give you a whole fact scenario and you'll have to do things like advise a client or draft a memo. And finally, my favorite, the performance tasks, where they basically drop you into a realistic lawyering assignment with a full case file and a library of resources. Now, check out where your score actually comes from. Those standalone multiple choice questions, they make up almost half the exam at 49%. But here's the kicker. When you add up the performance tasks at 30% and the integrated question sets at 21%, you realize that over half your score comes from applying your skills. This is not just a test of memorization anymore, it's a test of actual performance.
All right, let's switch gears and talk logistics. Knowing what's on the exam is one thing, but we also need to cover the how, when, and where of it all. And yeah, what it's going to cost.
So this isn't all happening at once. The rollout is coming in waves. The first group of states, like Maryland and Oregon, jumps on board in July 2026. Then more states, like Arizona and Kentucky, join them in July 2027. And then the really big wave is scheduled for July 2028, which is when a lot of the huge states like New York, Florida, and Texas are expected to switch over. So by mid-2028, this is going to be the new normal for most of the country.
The exam itself is actually shorter. It's down from a grueling 2 days to just 1.5. You'll take it in person, at a supervised location, but you'll do it all on your own laptop using a secure testing platform. It's a much more modern, digital experience.
And then, of course, there's the money side of things. The costs can add up fast. You've got application fees, the character and fitness evaluation, registering for the MPRE ethics exam, and, of course, a bar review course. When you add it all up, the investment can easily be thousands of dollars. And that makes your choice of how you prepare absolutely critical.
So with a completely new exam, the big question is, how in the world do you prepare for it? The old ways of just memorizing outlines, they might not cut it for a skills-based test. We looked into how prep courses are adapting, and one company, Celebration Bar Review, is literally building its entire program around this new format.
This quote from the company's founder, Jackson Mumey, really says it all. After 30 years in the game, he's saying that right now is the toughest time ever for bar takers. That perspective, that understanding of the pressure you're under is at the heart of their whole new approach.
So how are they tackling this challenge? They've developed a pretty cool tool called the AI Accelerator for the bar exam program. The whole idea is to use artificial intelligence to make your studying way more efficient. They're aiming to cut your study time while actually boosting your score. It's all about studying smarter, not just longer.
And they're not stopping there. They're really pushing the envelope on the tech side. Celebration Bar Review is actually the first to offer a course that works with the Apple Vision Pro, which creates this incredibly immersive way to learn. It really is a fascinating peek into what the future of studying for the bar might look like.
But does all this fancy tech actually work? Well, a student named Theodore Lipsy said he raised his Florida bar score by 15 points using their program. I mean, a 15-point jump is absolutely life-changing. Stories like his really suggest that this new method is connecting with the students who are facing today's exams.
And they're so confident that this approach works that they offer a lifetime pass guarantee. Basically, the deal is, if you don't pass your exam for any reason, you can keep studying with them for free until you do. And they make it clear, no hidden fees, no strings attached. That's a serious commitment to stick with their students all the way to the finish line.
So what does this path to passing actually look like in practice? It's not about making things more complicated. It's about having a clear, proven, and frankly empowering plan you can just follow.
Their whole method boils down to 4 simple but powerful steps. Step 1, read the law in their outlines. Step 2, listen and watch their video lectures. Step 3, practice with real licensed questions. And Step 4, review everything with a structured syllabus. It's designed to be a clear, manageable process that doesn't overwhelm you.
Look, the NextGen bar exam is a whole new frontier, but you absolutely do not have to figure it out alone. For anyone interested, Celebration Bar Review is inviting you to schedule a totally free, no-obligation consultation directly with their founder, Jackson Mumey. You can just click the link in the description to get some personalized guidance from an expert who's been doing this for 30 years. The legal profession is changing in a fundamental way. The only real question left is, how are you going to change with it? Thanks for joining us.